Well, good morning. Here we are, Tuesday morning, week number 12 of accountability. It's time for the report. First of all, I weighed. I lost 2.2 pounds. Not a lot, but slow and easy, I think, is what you're supposed to do. Now, I'd like to have lost 25, but I didn't. 2.2. But that gives me a total, since I started doing this, of 39 point something. I'd have to look, and I'm not going to, but nearly 40 pounds. Just nearly 40 pounds. 40 pounds sounds good. 50 sounds better. 50 will be next. And on we go. Victory will be mine. But we got to cross over and discuss 2 or 3 things first. First of all, one is the WWs. The WWs that I am not happy about. The WWs that I do not really wish I had to include in this plan and program and my life, actually. And that is walking and water. First of all, walking. I can honestly tell you that I walked, thanks to the old Fitbit, for the week, 19.03 miles. Amazing. The goal is 14 miles, 2 miles a day. One day I actually walked over 4 pounds. 4 miles, 4.12 miles on one day. That was Saturday. And I'm thinking work helped with that. But it doesn't matter as long as I get the miles in. And they recommend that you walk 10,000 steps a day. My largest day, which was Saturday, I walked 9,040 steps. They want you to walk 10,000 steps every day. Not going to happen here. Not going to happen. But at least I have increased up to 19.03 miles for the week. I'm not going to change the goal. The goal is still 2 miles a day. Period. If you can walk 2 miles a day, I think you've done well. And we're going to leave it at that. Let's see. I was sitting out on my front porch, which I sit out there every day and water my little 4-pot garden. And that's a completely different story. This is my 5th year. I failed farming 4 years in a row. This one probably will be a failure too, but I love doing it. And I don't care. Anyway, I was sitting out there on the porch watering, and I was thinking, I am one, and I'm not the only one, but I'm one that's always going, oh, I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. And then it hit me. How much I love Jesus can be seen in how I treat other people. Very profound, but so very true and very simple. And everybody probably already was aware of that, but not me. And boy, that speaks volumes in my mind and heart, because, how much we actually love Jesus. It can't be measured. But our love for Jesus can be demonstrated in how we love the people around us. Oh, anyway, or in how we treat others, actually. Let's talk about activity for a minute. Activity by the hour. Okay, the Fitbit gives you an activity by the hour. You have to walk 250 steps in an hour to get that to register. On, what day was it? Friday. On Friday, it was my best day ever. I had 14 hours out of 14 hours of 250 steps plus. So that's a record, and it was exciting. It was exciting to see that one night I walked 4.1 mile or 4.12 miles, and then so that was a first for me. And then having 14 hours out of 14 hours of activity, that was great. I'm not big on activity, so that was a miracle in itself, actually. And I will say this much. I haven't lost a lot of weight. I'd like to say, oh yeah, I've lost 150 pounds, whatever. But I haven't. I've lost nearly 40. But I will tell you this. It has made me with just that little bit of weight, it has made me getting around a lot easier. I am actually, I don't mind. I go to the grocery store instead of trying to park at the very first available. I'm now walking. I'm parking, 6, 7, 8 parking spaces back and just walking in. And that's a big deal. That is a big deal. My feet don't hurt as much at work. And I think it's because of the weight that I was carrying around. And like I said, I got a long way to go. So I'm going to keep going. I love it. And a friend of mine, Wendy, she had this on her Facebook, and I liked it. And I'm gonna read it. It says, the same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. The same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. It's not about what you're made of. It is about what you're made of and not the circumstances. Excuse me on that. It's about what you're made of. So the circumstances are going to be different because just like the potato and the egg, the same thing, different results. Anyway, I thought that was kind of neat. Let's see. I averaged on that activity. We're going to go back to that for a minute. I actually, on the hours, the activity for the week, my average was 7.4 last week. This week it's up to 8.9, which is like 1.5 hours more of activity of 250 steps. So that was a little stat that, doesn't move me a lot, but it is a stat that is positive, so I did want to include it. I continue to journal, which is the very worst part for me, and I think that's probably the weak link too. I really think that's a weak link because, boy, I tell you what, I have a hard time journaling right after I eat it. And I've really got to improve on that. I've got to improve on that in order to be successful at this. And so that is what I will work on this week. Last week I said I was going to do this little exercise machine that I have. I have a whole little room of gym of all kinds of equipment, weights, mirrors, all of it. I don't even go in it. And I'd like to just turn it into storage. But anyway, I've got this one machine in my den, and I said, okay, I'm going to use that this week. Well, I didn't get on it. I didn't try it at all. I don't like it. I don't like exercise. It's kind of like walking in water. It's just, where's the Diet Pepsi? Diet Pepsi report, I haven't had much. Matter of fact, I haven't had any. I've had Dr. Pepper. Not very many. A couple, 3, 4. I didn't count. I like them. I'm going to keep drinking them. I'm going to keep drinking the water too, though, because supposedly that helps. Now, taking my journal, and I added up all the calories that I had for the week. That was 7,005 calories. That is a little over 1,000 calories a day. Now, I'm praying that that is correct, that I am measuring and being correct and accurate in my journal. And writing it down is good, and that's pretty easy, especially if you do it after every meal, which I haven't been doing. I've been doing it at the end of the day. I've got to do it after every meal. And I've got to be accurate. When it's a cup, it can't be a cup and a quarter or a cup and an eighth. It's got to be 1 cup. So I really need to work on that, probably do some better accurate measuring, maybe. And just see. We'll see. Here's another little thing that my friend put out on Facebook that I thought was interesting. And it says, don't blame a clown for acting like a clown. Ask yourself instead why you keep going to the circus. I thought that was pretty cool. Makes sense. Don't blame a clown for acting like a clown. Just ask yourself why you keep going to the circus. But anyway, the Fitbit tracking has been wonderful. I tell you what, I think the number one thing that helps me the most is this Fitbit because it tells me everything. And I will tell you what's good about that. And I'm going to try to make this short because I know people are sick of, anybody that watches it probably sick of seeing me and hearing me anyway. But the thing about the Fitbit that I like is when you look on that Fitbit on a Monday or a Tuesday or whatever day, and you see that you walked a little further, or you were more active, you had more activity hours, that is motivation to make you keep doing it. So that has encouraged me a lot. Now, I'm going to tell you real briefly about a food that I'm going to try this week. I haven't tried it yet. I saw it, and it ought to be good. They took an onion, they cut off the little root base, but left the root base there, but cut off some of the root to make it flat so it would sit, and then they just cut it all the way around and did not cut through the root base, so it was all intact. And they spread it all out. and they put some seasoning on it and put it on the grill and grilled it. So, and when you took it off, you picked it a petal out at a time and ate it, or kind of like the fried onion blossom or whatever they call them, except it's grilled. So it's better for you, because really onions are good for you, and they're not real high in calorie. And I have read that people with diabetes that eat onion, that's a great food for diabetes, for stabilizing the sugar. Anyway, I know that you are probably sick of seeing and hearing all of this, so I'm going to stop, but I want to say this. Counting calories is motivating, okay? I mean, it is kind of motivating. But boy, limiting that food, I mean, counting the calories for the day is 24-hour period. Counting the food and monitoring and watching the food intake for a week, 7 days. It's hard. It's hard. Anyway, that's all I really got. 2-point-something pounds. I think 2.2 really. Nearly 40 pounds for the since the start. And I'm feeling better. I'm actually feeling better. I'm getting along a lot better. I am happy, happy, happy. I hope everybody else is happy, happy, happy. I hope everybody has a great week and rest of the day. Enjoy yourself. Stay out of the heat. And I hope to see you or hear from you again next week, or I hope that you hear from me. I hope I have another week. And until then, thank you so much. Your encouragement has actually very helpful, very helpful. And until next week, have a great time. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Thank you.